What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good. You?
Practicing my flipping game, getting rewarded nowadays, guys. If you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know when we post some strategy videos on the app like Veve. And a lot of you guys love when we go through the numbers. Today, we're going to be doing just that. You can also become a superstar VIP $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. Get one of the stars next to your name. Level up through the stars. Enter into giveaways every single month. We'll be doing that maybe tomorrow or Saturday. We'll be doing the giveaways. We just got to finalize the prizes. Follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, join the Discord. Discord's been popping, lots of conversation, lots of egg buying. If you don't know what that means, you're not on the Discord, but definitely check out the Discord. I'm sure that you will run into somebody with a like-minded thought process as yourself in there, because there's people from all over with all different ideas. Definitely join the Discord.
And in the Discord too, we got the nice Veve chat. Veve chat is alive and well, lots of discussion going back and forth. So in the description, make sure you guys join. Almost 400 members in the Discord. Superstar Nation is alive, well, and strong. Thank you all for your support.
Yeah, so I mean, we got some groundbreaking type of utility coming to Veve on this new drop here. I mean, I'm going to share this here for a second.
Yeah, let's go over the drop.
It is the Mondo Happy Tree Friends Series 2. They're trying something unique here with this drop, so let's quickly go through it. It is pretty scarce drop. Obviously, they've had this drop Series 1 earlier, some nice animations on those collectibles, and they're doubling down now with Series 2. So first one they got is Toothy, animated in sound, it looks like on all these ones. 20 gem list price, 1,900 editions on the common. Then you have Petunia, so this one with a little windmill and air freshener around her neck, animated in sound as well. 20 gems, 900 editions, so we're already at 2,800. And then another one, 20 gems, 350 editions. This is Cuddles, ultra rare.
Is it just me, or these look a lot different than I remember? Do they have a different style?
I think they're pretty close.
You think so? I feel like they might have been done by a different animator. They don't seem consistent from the first one. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree. I feel like they just have a little bit of a different style. Maybe it's intentional, or maybe someone else did it.
If you pull up the other one in the background, we can have a look. Yeah. But and then the one special thing that they're doing here is they're doing a mystery box. So obviously drawing inspiration from the Superstar Money mystery box drop that we did earlier this year. So we take a nice pat on the back on that one. But what's inside the mystery box? I feel like this is deja vu. But on September 14th, 2024 at 12 o'clock Pacific, details of what's inside the mystery box will be revealed. At the same time, a free crafting event begins for full set holders of Happy Tree Friends Series 2 collection. Your full set will be burned during the crafting process. So not necessarily free, because you're losing out on the collectibles that you had to buy to get into this crafting process, but what you get for the burn seems to be pretty cool. The MCP reward will be airdropped within 1 week after the craft opens to those collectors who successfully craft the digital collectible and are eligible for the airdrop. Don't wait. It's first in, first served. So first time ever, if you craft, you're going to take home some MCP points. Only 109 people are going to be able to complete the set, it appears like. But of those 109 people, they're going to get 99,999 MCP points as a reward for crafting. So first come, first serve to earn almost 100,000 MCP points. Rob, what do you think about this, and how do you feel about what this does for people who have been holding, collecting, trying to gain MCP points?
First of all, I want to say that we have praised Veve. We've made videos saying Veve perfect drop. I think it's Veve perfected this drop. And we praised them because they gave people a reason to buy. They gave them this crafting option. They gave them the ability to, I think it was like if they didn't want the common, they can burn the common, so they can make that one more scarce. So they came up with these really creative ways to help with the drop mechanics and with the burning and the crafting mechanics to make it interesting, to give people more options. I think this one, I don't think is the same though. I think this one misses the mark, because now they decided to use MCP points. The problem with using MCP points though is that it was always designed to reward collectors. The MCP program existed so that you buy collectibles, and if you hold them, the deal is you're going to get these MCP points, and then they had the whole MCP Pro That's kind of gone now, though, right? The websites have all been eliminated. But in that MCP Pro, it's like you could have used your points for like a special badge. You were able to rent collectibles. A lot of discussion about renting using MCP. There was ranks that were supposed to get you quick access to drops. That kind of changed. Now they do like you have to stake or burn your MCP points in order to get the access to the drop. And even then, you only get to 60%. It's not for 100%. So when you start using MCP points now as your crafting mechanism, if I'm a collector and I'm like, whoa, hold on a second, 99,000 points? How long do I need to hold my stuff for to get those 99,000 points? And
okay, so first of all, you were right. I saw this in the background here.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, before we get into it, Joe, my eye, because I remember the Happy Tree Friends, I think we also said this was one of the nicest drops we think Veve had in terms of quality. I think they went on, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but it's completely different style in the new one for whatever reason. But I think I like the first one better. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, it just looks a little bit more polished, a little bit more, I guess you get the lighting is a little bit better maybe on the first one. I don't know what happened, but I'm not too familiar with these characters, so maybe this is how they're supposed to look. I do remember the first one was a cool drop for the low gem amount, and the quality seemed to be there. So can't really comment until we see the animation and all that stuff. Maybe just sometimes we know that these articles don't show it 100% perfectly, but I think what everybody's interested to see is how many collectibles did you have to hold? How much OMI did you have to hold to be able to get the same type of reward as you're going to be getting here almost instantaneously if you're able to do the crafting?
Yeah, so after our little detour there, so the question was, what if you had $500, right? We're just making a prediction. We don't know exactly how much Happy Tree Funds completing the set's going to cost. We're going to assume you're going to go for the drop. You're going to go in the secondary market. You're going to have to buy the ultra rare, secret rare, whatever. And it's going to cost in the end $500 to complete the set. This is just an approximate number. So if you do that, you will instantaneously, not truly, but by the time you craft, you'll pretty much instantaneously get 99,000 if you're one of the first 100 people to do so. You literally never have to participate in the app at all. And you could just walk in on drop day, complete the set, do this, and get your 99,000 points off the bat. Now, for comics, if you spent $500 and we just assume that on average, you're going to spend $2 on average to get one MCP point. So when you do the division of 99,000 by 365 days, you need around 275 MCP points per day to then achieve that approximately. So you could spend $500 to then get that in comics. You have to run some floors, go Veve set list, go buy all the comics in order. Some of them are secret rares, most of them are rares. But in 365 days, you're going to get that 99,000. So you need to literally spend $500 and wait for a year to get the same MCP points that you would get if you just did this craft, which is the point. They're trying to entice people to go for the drop. They're trying to give them the carrot, dangle the carrot that's going to make them go for the drop. The thing is, everyone who goes for the drop are not going to get this. Only the first 100 are going to get this. Some might try and completely miss out on it anyways. And to make matters worse, we talk about collecting OMI. If you could stake it in the app, and at $500 we assumes about 1 million MCP. And in the past, they told us that 10 million MCP gets you about 500 MCP points a day. Or should I say 10 million OMI gets you about 500 MCP points a day. So if you do the math, 1 million OMI, which is 500, which is equivalent to $500 will get you 50 MCP points a day. That's going to take like almost 6 years. So what Veve has started doing is going down, I think, a little bit of a dangerous path, because if the MCP point is supposed to reward collectors, be careful using it also to reward flippers, because now you don't have to be a big collector to get what another comic book collector who's buying all these, I'm going to call them junk comics, worth like their dollar bin comics. They're going to have to hold them for a year to get the same amount as the guy who went for the Tree Friends and who walked away. There isn't much you could do with these MCP points right now, but based on the promises that were made about what MCP can eventually do, that makes people want to do this, because they believe that 99,000 MCP points is going to be useful to them in the future. So you're rewarding flippers now by doing this rather than collectors. What do you think, Joe?
I think the argument can be had that new people into this app, which there are very few, are going to like this idea because they don't have the length of time that 90% of people on the platform have been here. So if they want to catch up, they need things like this to be able to catch up. I think the problem is that you sell MCP points as the thing that's supposed to reward the people who have been around, who have been holding. Like anytime that we say we need to use utility for collectors, something for people to hold, a reason for people to hold, the answer is always MCP points. But when you devalue MCP points by allowing them to be obtained this quickly, why do I need to hold any collectibles? If we're going to start doing this where we have crafting opportunities, why am I going to hold any collectibles? Why don't I sell everything to gems anytime something like this comes up? Buy the set, get my MCP points, 99,000 and instantly for 500. I don't need to hold it for an extended length of time. Not only that, I'm going to get some kind of collectible that's limited to 100 editions if I do land this. And then I could sell that for gems to make back whatever it is. So it might even end up being less than 500 gems net if I'm able to sell that collectible. So realistically, you're telling people like, guys, you don't have to hold on this app. There's no reason to hold on this app. There's nothing that we're going to do to benefit you for being here since 2021, since 2022, which is what people are begging for. If you're listening to community sentiment, people are begging to be rewarded for holding certain sets, certain collectibles. That's what MCP was supposed to do. And now we're fast tracking it for people who didn't do that. And I think that's a big no. I don't think that we could be using MCP in both ways, especially if that is the one thing that's supposed to reward the people who've been hanging around here for so long. It just, to me, you're incentivizing flipping with this situation. And it's something that I don't know if you want to continue to do that.
I think that Veve, they sit in the boardroom and they're wondering, look, we got to sell drops. This is our business, or we're in the business of selling drops. Yes, secondary market's good too, but it does not produce the same level of returns, I would assume, as a primary sale from the from the store. So Veve has a lot of incentive from a business perspective to try to come up with as many angles and ways to sell their drops, even if it's at the expense of users who are potentially collectors at heart. Maybe they're just collecting because they're investors at heart and they want to have high MCP points so they can profit from it. We have our opinions about the motivations of the majority of people on this app, but I think that Veve knows that you got to give within each individual drop. You got to have, you can truly benefit if you do it in such a way where there is a chase, where there is something shiny and golden at the end of the rainbow, we'll call it, because that's what sells the drop. Because now this no longer becomes about, I'm just buying what I love. You're not going to sell out drops if you just want to, if you put basic drops, all the same mint sizes, you do nothing interesting, you're not going to sell drops. So what they need to do is say, okay, well, this drop, we're doing this, and this, different from the last few that we've done. Next thing you know, you spark some interest of the diehard community. They're going to come in, they're going to buy it up because they want that 99,000 MCP points. I think Veve should just be careful employing this method. I know they're going to do it again, but they should recognize at least that every time they do this, you are devaluing MCP points in reference to the collectors at heart who are saying, I'm going to buy and hold this stuff so I can get a high daily MCP point and I can collect. So it's just something that they need to, I think, need to be careful with and control.
I mean, it's in everyone's best interest for people to want to hold things on the app. People to hold things long term. It will help the secondary market, which is what the users want. But at the same time, you want happy users to have longevity with them continuing to purchase on the primary market. I mean, if everybody's waiting for secondary market and you have no purchases on primary market, that's a problem. I think the idea and the creativity of the type of drop that they're doing here to sell the drop is good. Obviously, we know that Veve's done things on a bunch of different drops with different mechanics to try and get drops to sell, which is cool that they're thinking outside the box. I think the ratio here is off. I think what you're looking at the screen here and you see that what you're doing here is the equivalent of staking the same amount in OMI for 5 years or holding collectibles for a year. You're getting it right away. I think that's just too much too soon. And for too many people, like even 100 people, that's like, I don't know how many are active right now, maybe a 10th or an 8th of your current user base that will have the opportunity to do this, where you have people who maybe haven't spent one MCP point, people who are saying, listen, I'm holding my MCP points because I don't want to, like, I want to wait these other people out who are going to spend them all. But now you're giving an opportunity for them all to regain 100,000 MCP points, which is a lot. And it's a lot really quickly. So that might not taste the best for those people either. So hopefully they relook at it. They look at the ratio. Maybe they could still experiment with something with MCP points like this. But I think, again, like we've been mentioning the entire video, we got to remember we're collectors at heart here on this app. And for us to be collectors at heart here, we got to be a reason to collect. If that is completing sets for MCP points, or at least that was the reason. We were being told that for being a collector, for holding long term, you get MCP points. If now that's not the case and the flippers are able to get the same thing, I think we got to just rethink and reevaluate what we're doing here.
I think they probably would have been okay just leaving it as burning for the airdrop without the whole MCP aspect of it. But I think that MCP aspect of this is going to be kind of that nitro, right? That's going to really boost this to the next level. And especially because it's new and fresh, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in participating in this now. So the airdrop was kind of just like, if you're a flipper, you're really loving this because you're getting the MCP points, you're going to flip, and then once you get them, you're going to flip everything. And then when you get the airdrop, you can flip that too. Yeah. So you're probably going to recover a lot because that airdrop is going to be only 100 of them, not even, because I don't think, right? They're probably going to hold some back. So the airdrops are going to be very limited, and that collectible probably will have some kind of resale value to help recover the losses. Once the economics of it start working out, people are going to naturally start going for this drop, and Veve's going to sell it out.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a different mechanic. I think that maybe because if it does sell, maybe they do it again. Then again, like we're getting further and further away from collectors at heart. So
that's right.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they move forward. Are they going to do it and they continue to do it because they see it works to help sell the drop? And then are we going to go back to investors at heart? We're going to have to wait and see how everything plays out. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this mechanic. Have you been waiting to spend your MCP points and now you're going to see a bunch of people getting 100,000 MCP points right away? What are your thoughts? I want to hear from you in the comments.
And if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification every single video, every single day. We do not miss. And also the VIPs, 201 star beside your name, access to special giveaways. Guys, thank you so much. Take care. See you next time.
Love you. Bye.